Okay, so now for your final summative project, we're going to be doing something a little bit different. We're going to be creating a portfolio, and the tool that we're going to be using in order to create that portfolio is Behance.net. I'm going to jump over into my window display here, and what you can see, I think if I point over there, maybe it's over here, I'm not sure. You'll see Behance.net is sort of this like social network, but for designers specifically. And if you look at the best of Behance, you'll see a bunch of cool design projects, some photography, some animation, some digital graphic design, and so on and so forth. So what we're going to do, I'm going to walk you through the whole process of setting up your own portfolio. I've already set mine up, so mine's going to sort of be pre-populated with content, but we're going to log in with our Glenbrook Google account. So just click on the Google icon, and then you'll type in your Glenbrook Google account address, type in your password, and let it do its authentication thing. And now what I want to do is I want to show you that if you click right up here on your icon, you can go to Behance Profile. So your Behance Profile, you can see it's going to be like your username, behance.net/your username, and it's a way to showcase the work that you have created. So since it's a sort of social network type application, and this is where other graphic designers can learn about you and get inspired by you. You can get inspired by them. Also, a lot of graphic designers get hired to do freelance work because they have a Behance portfolio. So if you're at all serious about or thinking about a career or even like a side hustle in design, a Behance portfolio is sort of like an industry standard. And so it's actually owned by Adobe. And so what I want to do is show you how to sort of set this up. Notice you can click edit your profile. And you might have to click around depending upon if it's like the first time that you're setting up a profile. It might be a little bit different. So you might have to click up here. But we want to edit your profile. And the things that we want to add are sort of, our information, first name, last name, your occupation. So you would probably say, design student, your company, you could put your school, any other relevant information. If you want to sort of remain anonymous, you don't have to put down your city. But just sort of go through and add any social connections that you would want to, connect with. So this is sort of like your professional design portfolio. And then right here, you can write a little about me. And so I wrote, I'm a teacher of business technology and design at Glenbrook South High School. This portfolio features projects from my e-learning digital graphic design course. So you could do something similar, you're a student instead of a teacher, and so on and so forth. So go ahead, and then it basically updates as you type it in. You can go back to profile. And the thing that you're going to want to add is some sort of profile image. It does not have to be a photo of you. It could be like an initial logo, so like your first name initial. And then also up here, you can add a banner image. And so this is 3200 pixels by 410 pixels. So you could set that up in Pixlr. I sort of did a Highlands game concept art inspired banner right up here, sort of change the colors and obviously change the dimensions. And then what you're going to do is you're going to create projects. So these things right here, so if I were to click on this, you could sort of see in this pop-up display a bigger version of the project of the spirit animal project. Each of these are projects. So I'm going to create a new project and sort of show you each of the steps in order to set this up. So I'll create a project, and you're going to add a file, and then you're going to upload a JPEG. So I'm going to upload the Everest project from earlier in the semester. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to click open. And it's going to take a second to process. Yeah, I think that looks good. I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to hit continue. Now, if you want to, you can add tags like Pixlr or Photoshop or digital graphic design. For our purposes, we're just going to sort of keep this like a simple portfolio. So I'm going to click continue, and then I need to choose a thumbnail image right here. So now here is a good example of how this thumbnail doesn't fit. And so if I were to use this, you can see it's sort of cropped and it doesn't really look that great. So what I would do in this circumstance is I would go to pixlr.com/e. I would create a new image. And if you go into if you go here, you can see that the minimum size is 808 by 632 pixels. So I would go ahead and create a new, And I'd say 808 by 632. And I would call this let's call this Behance thumb. Click create. So this is going to be the size of the preview. So then I would go and I would add in my Everest image like so, Everest right here. And then I would make sure that it fits. I'm going to zoom out a little bit and I'll resize this thing so that it fits the width. And then I know that the background is black. Let me position that in the corner here, resize it to here. I'm going to pull this down into the middle. And then right here, I will fill the background with black. And then I'll save this. And I'll just hit download, save it to my desktop or to your downloads folder. Now in Behance, I can choose a better thumbnail. So I'm going to click plus right here. I can go to Behance Thumb. I'll hit open. And so this way, it's going to show better. It's not going to be cropped out and look sort of odd. And I'm going to give this a title, Everest. Now, if the crop feature that's built in here is suitable, you don't have to go through that process. But what I just did is showing you how to sort of make the best of your Behance portfolio. So I'll call this Everest project. Then I'll hit crop and continue. And it asks you what creative field this project falls under. And we'll just say graphic design. And you'll see it's highlighted blue. We'll click done. You could get way more specific if you want to, but we'll just say graphic design. If you want to, you can say what tools you used. I'm not going to add that, but that's where if it was like a Photoshop project, an Illustrator project, a Pixlr, or a Gravit, and that's where you'd add that information. That's how other graphic designers could connect with the type of work that you do. And you just go ahead and you hit publish. So it's really those two steps, uploading and then tweaking the thumbnail to make sure that it looks good. And then we can exit out of here. And then if you click back on your profile image right here, you'll see that your profile now has the most current project featured right here, and that thumbnail fits really good. It's not cropping anything out. I could have maybe done that for here and some of these other projects, but I'm actually pretty happy with the way that this all looks. Okay, so now once this is uploaded and I've sort of met all of these steps, I now have this link right here. This is a link that I could share with anybody in order to allow them to sort of see my work. And this is going to be the link that you submit to the assignment in Google Classroom. Let me switch back over to the full screen. This is going to be sort of our final summative project. It's a way for you to showcase the work that you have done this semester. Feel free to upload any projects that you have done prior to e-learning. Feel free to showcase your e-learning projects, and then really anything else that you want that showcases your skills as a graphic designer. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor. I hope you enjoyed this semester. I know it was an odd one, but I think that we made the best of it. So good job. Very proud of all the hard work that you've put forth this semester. See you later.